Now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your public address announcer, Denny Wright. Welcome to Regents Hall on the campus of Northern Kentucky University for this evening's NCAA Division II basketball game featuring the Mighty Oaks of Oakland City College against the Northern Kentucky University Norse.
Okay, you need to count us down and tell us when you're ready for us to go, okay?
The starting lineup for this evening's game. First for Oakland City.
And a warm welcome once again to Northern Kentucky University basketball. The NKU Norse at home tonight on Thanksgiving Eve, taking on the Mighty Oaks of Oakland City. NKU enters tonight's contest 2-0 on the year after capturing the Lions Club tip-off Classic Championship Saturday with a 93-77 win over Union, Kentucky. Oakland City is 1-1 coming off of a big victory themselves Saturday night, Tracy, and that was a ball game that Oakland City shot 13% in the first half and then went 0 for 9 to start the second half, but scored the last 25 points of the game to win.
Unbelievable. They came out with 54% from the field in the second half to come back and win a 55-52 ball game against in the Coca-Cola Invitational, the consolation game.
NKU and Oakland City have met 11 times over about the last 6 seasons. NKU has won every matchup. Traditionally, the games here in Regents Hall have been close ones, while the games played in Oakland City have been blowouts. Now, there were a couple of overtime games in Oakland City that were close in regulation, but then turned into a little bit of blowout in overtime.
One of the most prominent ones would be the 126-120 win over Oakland City that NKU had. They came back from a 17-point deficit, and to this day that still stands as NKU's highest scoring game. And it looks like we're getting ready to start off here.
A rundown of the starting lineups for both ball clubs sees NKU send Shannon Miner and Jamie Pratt to the floor at the guard positions. Paul Cluxton and LaRon Moore at forward, and Reggie Talbert will start in the middle. For Oakland City, the guards are Brent Markham and Matt Hobson. The forwards, Stuart Love and Mike Workman, and in the middle will be Chris Robinson. NKU 2-0, Oakland City 1-1. Let's pause for our national anthem.
Well, Steve, it looks like we have a little bit of problems here with the national anthem. I suggest that you go ahead and start singing.
No, we won't do that.
I think we'll just go ahead and clap.
Okay. That is an abrupt ending.
That was an abrupt ending, and I think that, you know, I don't understand why you didn't just break out into song. I think that might have.
If I did, you would understand why.
Okay, I see. Well, the Norse are going to start out. They're going to start out really good, 2-0. And they're coming off with LaRon Moore, who is the MVP this weekend in the Lions Club tournament. Jamie Pratt was the best defensive player, who is going to be in the starting lineup. And again, Shannon Miner, who was named all-tournament team.
NKU has won 17 straight in this building, dating back to the 1993-94 season. NKU's last loss in here was February 12th of 1994 against Indianapolis.
Which would be?
I don't know how many days. I can't do that real quick. Talbert in the middle for NKU.
Looks.
The official Steve Wilmer steps in to get this thing underway. And Oakland City, in the dark uniforms, will control the opening tap. Brent Markham, as NKU comes out man-to-man. Markham to the top to Hobson. Love, now down in the corner it goes to Markham. Into Robinson, no good. Talbert with the rebound.
That was good positioning for Talbot underneath the basket.
Peratt driving, dishes to Talbert, Talbot to the goal.
Man, what a way to start off the game. Talbot with the jam.
Reggie Talbot comes in, averaging 9 a game after the first 2. And NKU has the early 2-zip lead. Oakland City looking to tie it. Down low, open underneath Hobson, and he puts it in. 2-2 as Minor brings it back up the floor. Oakland City likewise man-to-man. Cluxton now with the basketball. Off to Peratt, inside to Talbert. Talbert losing the handle on the floor. Underneath, puts it up, too strong. Rebound pulled out of there by Robinson for Oakland City. The Oaks down the hardwood looking for their first lead as Peratt knocks the ball out of bounds. Mike Sandifer, the head coach at Oakland City. Ball goes into the corner now, back out to the top. Hobson with it. Over to the left side, Markham loses the handle. Minor up with it.
Markham just didn't have good handle on that ball at all. And it looks like we're going to go both ways on both sides of the court as LaRon Moore wasn't ready for that outlet pass at all.
A little bit sloppy here off the bat. We're a minute and 32 seconds into this thing, and we're tied at 2.
And Oakland City's going to see what they can do with it.
Hobson with Cluxton guarding him. Hobson over to the left side to Love. Underneath, pass knocked loose. Hobson back up with it outside to Markham. No good, rebound Peratt. Peratt pushes it down the floor and again tries to go into Moore, and this one's knocked out of bounds by Oakland City. NKU to retain possession on the baseline.
Again, we're having a lot of pushing back and forth by both teams. A lot of losing the ball. We're gonna have to see if we can get a handle on it.
Into Moore, and no good but a foul. This one will be called against Robinson. That is his first and the first on Oakland City here in the first half. And LaRon Moore, who on this young season is shooting is shooting 71% at the line. Hits the first.
And that's gonna up it a little bit.
LaRon Moore for 2.
Moore's second one. No good, and Robinson controls the rebound. Hobson in the backcourt. Cluxton on the defensive pressure. Now a trap comes up from Moore. Love with the ball on the left side. He hands it to Markham, who drives toward the goal. Love will try from three-point land, no good. LaRon Moore clears the rebound. Moore has it on the offensive end with a three-point attempt that is no good. And the deep rebound comes to Markham. He pushes it down the floor. Love inside, pass batted away and out of bounds, and it'll be NKU's ball.
Jamie Peratt got a handle on that ball. Kind of pushed it out before he had a chance to get to it, and now Shannon Minor's going to take it across to see what we can do.
3-2 still. NKU by 1. Moore.
17-12 left to go.
Moore with it to Talbert. Now Cluxton. Cluxton leans in with a 13-footer.
Nice.
5-2 NKU, and now a little light pressure in the backcourt from the Norse. As Hobson brings it across, he is double teamed, and Cluxton bats it away, saves it right in front of us. To Moore, hold on.
Moore with the one-handed stuff. Absolutely beautiful.
7-2, NKU by 5. 16:35, the clock runs first half. Hobson across the timeline. Works it over left side to Markham. Markham inside, a nice move there by Robinson, no good. Off of LaRon Moore and out of bounds, Oakland City from its own baseline. It will be Love to pull the trigger. And a whistle away from the ball, and a blocking foul will be called against Oakland City.
I think Chris Robinson with the foul.
And that's his second.
Second with only 16:20 left to go in the first half. And Minor and Moore will exchange balls in the backcourt.
Now Peratt at the top, around to Moore. Cluxton thinking about a three to Peratt. Puts it off the window and in. 9-2. NKU intensifies the pressure in the backcourt, trying to take the guards out of it. Make somebody else bring the ball up the floor for Oakland City. This is Love on the drive and a blocking foul on Talbert.
That's only Talbert's first?
Yes, one thing NKU can ill afford this season is foul trouble.
Right.
With Talbert and Moore and the guys underneath.
Right. NKU goes really deep too, so in case of any kind of trouble at all, somebody from the bench can come out. And
there's a ball knocked away, and Peratt up with it for NKU. Lead out to Minor. He has to save it in bounds. Talbert had a hand on it, but lost it, and Oakland City comes back on the attack. Lob for Love. He puts it in. 9-4. NKU by 5. Minor driving, dumps it off to Moore, up and no good. Moore again, got it.
His own rebound and puts it back in.
11-4.
That's 4 for Moore on the night.
Love with the basketball, dribbling out away from the goal into Robinson, knocked away. Cluxton up with it, lead out to Moore. Hold on again. We're going to get a timeout. Mike Sandifer's seen enough. He calls a 20-second timeout.
I think that's definitely needed for a 20-second timeout right here. Oakland City's really losing the handle on the ball. They keep giving it up, and LaRon Moore, I mean, just keeps dazzling the NKU fans. As you can see, about everybody's up on their feet. With as many people before, you know, Thanksgiving break.
A decent crowd. This has become kind of a tradition in Ken Shields' tenure as the NKU head coach.
Definitely.
He likes to play this Thanksgiving Eve game. He feels like that people who are coming in from out of town have a chance to see his team. Parents who might be coming in to take the players back home for the break have a chance to see the game, and he likes to play this one.
And after the year they had last year, of course, you're going to expect a lot more people to be here. NKU, you know, really making its name for a name for itself in its basketball program.
KU will apply a little bit of pressure in the backcourt once again, trying to take the guards off the ball. Here's Love with a three-point attempt, and now it's called a 2. Had his foot on the line, but Stuart Love now with 4 of Oakland City's first 6 points. NKU still leads at 13-6. 14.5 minutes, and an offensive foul called on Minor after the pass. That will be his first and the second on NKU. NKU right now 6 of 9 from the field, 67%. Stuart Love had a big game as he fires up a 3 here, no good. He had a big game in this building a year ago. Lead out to Minor, he'll dump it to Talbert. Talbert has it stripped by Love, picked up by Robinson, and Robinson gets the ball off to Markham, and Oakland City dodges a bullet there. Markham with Minor on him.
Cluxton almost gets a hand on that ball, and in the process, there's a foul on called on Paul Cluxton.
His first, third on NKU. Ken Gorel, Brad Sellers, and Steve Wilmer, the officiating crew tonight. Oakland City gets the ball inbounds. Love now down low, touch pass back out to Love. He'll try a 3, off the mark, but it's tapped up and in underneath there. Markham, his first 2. Minor now top of the key. Peratt driving for the goal, fall away, good.
Jamie Peratt drove right into the goal and didn't bother to even pass outside, which really worked out for him, which is what has been working out for him all season.
Oakland City loses the ball at the other end. Andy Listerman in the contest for NKU. And also at that last break, Mark Penny checking in for Oakland City. Peratt.
Again with the same thing.
Little 15-footer rolls out of there. Rebound, Oakland City.
Just pops in and out.
Hobson with Listerman guarding him. Over to Love. Talbert falls down. It goes inside to Workman. He spins. No good on the shot. Talbert with the rebound. Quickly NKU. Miner lays it up.
Miner with the easy layup. Nice plays from Talbert to Peratt to Miner. Nice way to bring it up the floor.
Oakland City wants another timeout.
I don't know if
And now I think it's finally seen by one of the Oaks players, and he calls the timeout on the floor. NKU leads at 17-8. 12:51 to go here in the first half.
Well, I think that we're going to be overrun here. The cheerleaders are about to find the world's loudest fan here at Regents Hall to see, as you can see, go NKU. Maybe those kids will get that pizza. I don't know, I really can't tell. What do you think?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be the judge of this.
I think that this is their favorite part of the game.
Congratulations, you've just been delivered the perfect pizza by Papa John's Pizza with locations throughout northern Kentucky.
NKU in the first half so far 8 of 12 from the field, 67%, while Oakland City has come out again shooting the ball poorly, 36% so far here in the first half, as Oakland City struggled shooting the ball in the first half Saturday night.
Who knows? I mean, you never know. They could come back the way they did Saturday night. And I'm sure they surprised Carson Newman. I'm sure they really surprised them. So, you know, who knows what they could do with NKU.
Oakland City will inbound it as we get back to it. Love into Penny. Now Love has it back, drives into the lane. Might have gotten away with a walk and puts it up and in. He has 6 now. 17-10, NKU by 7. Miner to Moore, inside to Peratt, to Perry, who came in at that timeout.
Chuck Perry with under the basket for 2, must have come in at the timeout.
KU's lead is at 9. Hobson as Listerman guards him. Over to Markham. Markham now to Love, knocked away by Moore, and hold on for the 3rd time.
Well, I think that that's going to be LaRon Moore's mark for this evening.
He is
That's
putting
3
on
in
a
a row.
show. He has 9 here in the half. NKU leads by 11. Stuart Love, and a foul called on Peratt as he knocks the ball away. That will be the 1st on Jamie Peratt, the 4th on NKU.
Peratt definitely being aggressive, which is, again, probably a lot of the reason why he got that Defensive Player Award over the weekend.
Cluxton back into the lineup for NKU.
It's going to send Stuart Love to the line.
Chris Kidwell checks in for Oakland City. Stuart Love is a 66% free throw shooter, and he misses the first. Love back at the line for his 2nd toss. He has 6 in the game. Give him 7. KU leads by 10 with 11:45 to go, first half. Cluxton, and now it's
stripped from him.
Mark Penny with the block.
And Oakland City's going to come up with it.
Hobson. Again, Listerman on the defense. Hobson over to Workman. Workman to Love. Love wanting to go to the basket on Moore.
Knocked away by Chuck Perry.
Blocked
Nice
by
block.
Perry. Listerman to Peratt. Peratt up and in.
The Norse really are moving to and from the floor. They get the ball, it's turned over, and then they move to the side of the court, and I tell you, they really are getting it up there and getting up there fast, which is what needs to be done. 23-11 ball game with 11 minutes left to go in the first half.
Kidwell inside to Love. To the free throw line to Workman, and it's no good. Moore with the rebound to Listerman, to Cluxton. Cluxton for 3, good. Cluxton has 5, and NKU's up 26-11 as we near the midpoint of the first half. Hobson driving on Listerman, stops, pops, good.
I guess Hobson 4 on the night.
NKU still has doubled up on Oakland City, 26-13.
Sophomore guard Andy Listerman in for Minor.
Peratt with a layup that rolls off the back of the iron. Listerman, Cluxton, another 3 attempt, good.
It's good. Let's give Cluxton 8, with the last 2 being 3s. 29-13, 9:54 left to go in the first half.
Oakland City back on the attack. The basket to your right as you look at it. Love in the corner. Back out, 3-point attempt from Hobson is good. This Oakland City team can shoot the 3. Of course, Failer, who is on the NKU club this season, led the nation in 3-point shooting a year ago while playing for Oakland City.
Right, and now with him being redshirted this year.
Here's Perry down low, up and in, and foul. To continue the thought on Failer, he started for Oakland City in the game here a year ago and was 3 of 5 from 3-point land and had 11 points. Now he's sitting on the NKU bench, sitting out the season, of course, after transferring from a Division II to another Division II, having to sit out the 1 year, and will be with this team a season from now.
Chuck Perry on the line.
Chuck Perry has 4 here in the half and is going to go to the line to try to make it 5. Shoots 80% at the line.
Average 6 points per game. Perry's first shot.
Rebound, step in, let's go.
Is nice.
He extends the NKU lead again to double of Oakland City's 16 as the Norse have 32. Love in trouble, finally works the ball off to Kidwell. Over to Hobson, now in the corner to Rasan Mitchell, who has checked in. Here's a shot from Penny, no good.
Listerman with the rebound. Listerman's gonna drive to Cluxton with the 3.
No good this time. And NKU will keep the ball. Hobson, now he steps away. And initially, Hobson looked like he was going to guard the inbounds pass. Minor gets it back, tries a 3, good.
Good.
Minor has 5. 35-16, and Mike Sandifer wants another timeout. And he'll get it. NKU up 35-16, 8:42 to go in the first half.
NKU really coming out strong this evening with their strongest players, Peratt and Moore, definitely contributing a whole lot to this team. Andre McClendon, I know, is suffering from a hurt shoulder in the games this weekend, and I guess he's still sitting out because of that. I don't know if he's going to go in.
I really don't know. He did struggle with that at times this weekend. You could see him trying to loosen that shoulder when he was in the lineup. He had a great tournament, especially the first night, Friday night. He had a big game. Yeah,
he really did. But as you can say, you know, the last thing you need right now is an injury, and sitting him out, especially right now with the 35-16 win, is the best thing for Coach Shields to do right now. We just need to get him healthy because, you know, injuries are not, of course, not good at all.
And the big thing for this ball club is Saturday, it will open Great Lakes Valley Conference play already. You know, with the expansion of the league this season, play has to begin prior to the Christmas holiday break. And NKU, because of making the trip to the Los Angeles area just before Christmas time, had to move the game with Fort Wayne up even earlier. So NKU will play a GLVC game in only its 4th contest of the year Saturday on the road in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Oakland City with the ball after the break. Kidwell is Minor on the defense, over to Love. Talbert guards him. Love will try a 19-footer, no good. Ball batted around, and Kidwell has it back for Oakland City, and he is fouled by Kevin Listerman, who came into the ball game at that last timeout. NKU right now shooting 68% from the field. Oakland City has increased its shooting percentage up to 41.
So again, they're edging up towards that goal that they hit in the last game that they played. But still, 68.2%, it's going to take a lot to come back and beat NKU, especially with the way they're playing now. 35-16 with 8:29 left to go in the first half.
Oakland City to inbound it. It comes into Wolfley. Todd Wolfley checked into the lineup. Now it's Mitchell. Mitchell off to Wolfley. Over to Kidwell. No good. And Talbert lost the handle out of bounds. So the Oaks will retain it on their own end line.
So we've got Talbert, Listerman.
Big Mike Veith into the lineup for NKU also. Listerman, Clugston, Minor, Talbert, and Veith. Here's a 3 attempt, good from Wolfley. His first points of the night. We've got Penny, Mitchell, Kidwell, Wolfley, as Minor hits a 3 of his own.
That's 8 for Minor on the night.
Decker, Paul Decker into the lineup for Oakland City is the 5th man. Here is Penny over to Decker as Clugston guards him. Now Mitchell.
Mitchell at the top of the key.
Inside, and the ball's lost off of an NKU player.
It's going to remain Oakland City's ball. Talbert in the middle there tried to get a handle on it.
Oakland City has sent 10 guys onto the floor already this evening.
Jamie Peratt's going to go in for Paul Clugston. Clugston, who comes out with 8 points himself.
Oakland City will inbound it. Mitchell lobs it in to Penny. To the top to Decker. A 3 attempt, no good. Tapped up and in by Kidwell. It's 6-1, getting underneath with a follow.
Just right under off of his fingertips. I'm not even sure if he meant for that to happen.
Here's Minor out to Peratt. Peratt throws one up, good. When you're shooting 68% in a game, they all go. Peratt now has 8, and it is 40-21.
7 minutes left to go in the half.
Peratt's going to be called for the hold as he batted the ball away. He had his other arm wrapped around the Oakland City player. Second foul on Peratt. 6th on NKU, so the next foul will put Oakland City at the line with 7 minutes to go here in the half. Kidwell dumps it over to Wolfley. Now Penny drives baseline on Veith and puts it in. His first 2. Mark Penny at 6'6", 260 pounds.
It's a big kid. Right underneath the basket, too. It could be very valuable.
Here's Talbert across to Peratt. Listerman going underneath to get the rebound. Back out to Peratt. Listerman picks up the errant pass and misses the reverse layup.
And Penny will get the rebound.
Yes, Penny back with it as Oakland City goes on the attack once again. Wolfley to Mitchell. Mitchell kicks it out to Kidwell. Now to Wolfley. Back to Kidwell. Inside, laid up and in underneath. Decker's first 2 of the contest. And NKU will use its 22nd timeout of the first half.
40-25 with 6 minutes, 6:02 if exactly left to go in the ball game.
The 22nd timeout has added a new wrinkle to college basketball, and I think this weekend, Tracy, we saw it utilized a great deal.
They really did. This weekend, they really utilized the 22nd timeout. Again, it's just a time to get Coach Shields to get his players in, just tell him exactly what he wants, just really fast, and then to go back on the floor. I think that it really helps the team as a whole just to get a second and think about what they're doing.
You know, a lot of this is done by the NCAA to try to speed up the game, you know, adding a 22nd timeout instead of teams using the full timeout. But the problem with it is that the NCAA has allowed each team to still maintain their full allotment of 5 timeouts. So it's just added 2 more breaks.
Exactly. I don't understand that part.
Here's Peratt
with 3.
It falls into the line of the old double bonus situation that the NCAA put in a couple of seasons ago to try to expedite the end of games. All that has done is slow it down. Here's a foul on Veith. Count the bucket by Mitchell.
That'll put Oakland City at the line.
Mitchell is a 75% free throw shooter on the year. The double bonus is, you know, when you get down to the end of the game, they were trying to keep teams from fouling so much. The teams are still fouling as the free throws no good, but now you got to shoot 2 free throws instead of a 1-and-1.
Exactly. Shanna Miner crossing the timeline for NKU, drives into the basket, out to the...
Peratt's going to shoot 3 free throws here. He was fouled after the...
Yeah, he sure was.
It was really after he let the ball go, but called on the shot, and Peratt will go to the line and shoot the trifecta.
Jamie Peratt shooting 72% from the charity stripe.
Peratt has 11 in the game already. Comes in averaging 15. 43-27. NKU leads as Peratt good on the first one.
That'll give him 12. Jamie Peratt, the junior guard. One more.
That one saw every bit of the iron before it went through.
That was a lucky thing.
But they all count the same, right?
Exactly. So that's 3, which puts NKU up 46-27 with 5:22 left to go in the half.
Oakland City on the transition, almost throws it away, but it's saved down in the corner. Kidwell works the ball out to Decker. His 3-point attempt is short.
Bucks
Down
out
the floor to Moore, but he cannot hold on to it. And let's see if they say it was batted away by Oakland City. I have really not seen a call yet. Now finally the official, Brad Sellers, finally indicating who will have the basketball, and it will be NKU.
Did it kind of soft because not
Here's
really sure about that.
Cluxton to Miner. Miner for another 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Mitchell.
Mitchell was really the only one up there to get that rebound.
Wolfley, as Moore comes over to help out on the defense, and Wolfley turns and dribbles the other way. Back to Wolfley for a 3. It is way off the mark. Peratt with the ball for NKU. We are going to get a foul and a push, and it's going to go on NKU.
I think that.
I don't know if it's going to be Peratt after the shot.
I think it's yeah, Jamie Peratt. That's his 3rd. So although he has 13 points on the math, 14 points on the evening, he's also got 3 fouls. So I think that he's going to come out for a little while, which he did.
He will probably sit out the final 4:32 here of the first half as Wolfley misses the front end. Rebound Mitchell, and a foul on Talbert. He got the ball, but got a little bit of the hand as well, and for Talbert, that is his 2nd.
That puts NKU at 9.
Foul number 43, Richard Talbert, with a 2nd.
Andy Listerman into the NKU lineup, and he will replace Talbert, who checks out with his 2nd foul. And Mitchell, who missed the front end of a 1-and-1 just seconds ago, will now have the opportunity to shoot 2. This one is much better. Mitchell comes in averaging 6.5 points a game. He has 3 right now, with 4.5 minutes to go in the half. 2nd one is good. And Oakland City cuts the NKU lead to 17. A sloppy beginning has turned into all NKU here throughout the first half. Listerman to Cluxton. Looks like Oakland City might have gone into a zone. No, it's a man.
No,
it just looked like it as the ball was working it around. Here's Miner.
Shanna Miner's gonna try that again. 7 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Perry's gonna put it up, and it's gonna be blocked.
Blocked by Love and out of bounds, so NKU will inbound it with 3 on the shot clock. You know, that is one thing that NKU saw last year, was teams go to a zone defense against them to try to take away the inside game. Here's a shot that is no good and out of bounds, and I believe it's NKU's ball with a new 35.
And yes, it will be, because Shanna Miner is going to be in bounds for.
Coach Ken Shields on your screen there in his 8th season. Picked up his 100th win at NKU this weekend.
Chuck Perry, heavily guarded.
And fouled.
Fouled,
See
yes.
if they say this is on the shot or if it was considered a pass. Steve Wilmer will make that decision. It is 2 shots.
Mitchell's first foul. Team's 5th on the night.
Chuck Perry will shoot 2.
And Chuck Perry will go to the line.
Perry, an 80% free throw shooter, is 1 of 1 at the stripe tonight. He's no good on the first one.
Chuck Perry with 5 points this evening.
Get a good look at NKU sporting that new gold uniform.
I like the new gold uniform. I think they look pretty good, especially on a big guy like Chuck Perry.
Perry hits 1 of 2 on that trip.
6'6", 225 pounds. It's really hard to miss him.
Oakland City back with the ball. Decker guarded by Listerman. To Love. Across the floor to Kidwell. Kidwell with a running 13-footer, no good, and a foul on the rebound as Mitchell was over the back and will walk to the other end, and I believe it's LaRon Moore going to the free throw line.
Mike Workman will go in for Oakland City.
Check that.
Coming in for Mitchell.
I'm sorry, that was only the 6th team foul on Oakland City, so NKU will just get the basketball. Minor with Love guarding him. Andy Listerman to Cluxton. Cluxton to Listerman in the corner, 3, no good. Love with the rebound. Quickly back down the floor, Oakland City. Wolfley with Minor on him, a couple of 12s going at it. Wolfley still on a dribble. Off to Workman. Workman, no good.
Perry with the rebound,
Perry.
outlet pass to Minor.
It is a 3-on zip. Minor lays it up and in. And we have an injury down here on the other end of the floor. And
Looks like it's Chris Kidwell.
yeah, it's Kidwell who is shaken up. I don't know exactly what occurred as we turn to watch the play at the other end, but Kidwell is right now being attended to on the floor.
Looks like,
You see,
actually looks like he knocked the wind out of, looks like he just got the wind knocked out of him. He's kind of holding his chest. Not really sure.
NKU trainer Bob Bove coming out to take a look at him. 49-29, NKU's lead is at 20 here with 2:49 to go in the first half.
Chuck Perry with that great rebound and pass to result the last 2 points.
We spoke earlier about NKU taking to the road this weekend to take on Fort Wayne in Fort Wayne. You know, NKU's last regular season conference loss was to Fort Wayne back in January of last year. And it was after that ball game that NKU turned it on and won its last 15 in a row in the regular season to propel itself to the conference title and then on into the NCAA tournament.
Well, Chris Kidwell got up, and he's going to go to the locker room for the rest of the first half. It looked like he was holding his wrist a little bit. His wrist looked a little banged up.
That Fort Wayne game a year ago in Fort Wayne saw the Mastodons jump out to a huge lead, and NKU had a chance late. Cluxton had a three-pointer go in and out that would have given NKU probably the win. Hobson working the ball over to Workman and a foul.
It looks like it's going to be Andy Listerman with the foul. Push underneath the basket, and it's gonna bring Mike Workman to the line.
And he is gonna shoot 2 here. That was the 10th foul in the half on NKU. The first one is terrible.
Workman with a double bonus.
Still a 20-point lead for NKU. Workman's second one is much better. He goes 1 of 2 that trip. Those are his only, or that I should say is his only point of the game. Have to use singular when you only have one, right?
Makes sense.
Here's Minor. Off to Cluxton. Clux, no good.
Clux had time to get that 3, and it was no good, and Stuart Love will come up with the rebound.
Cluxton hit a couple of 2s in a row about 8 or 9 minutes ago, but since then has missed his last 3, I believe.
Kind of hadn't been too hot.
Here's Love. Rebound on the floor. Workman tracks it down. Now Wolfley to Hobson. No good.
Minor's going to get the easy rebound. Falls right into his hand.
Oakland City keeps chucking it up there with 2 minutes to go in the half. Minor with a little runner down the lane. Makes it a 21-point NKU lead.
51-30 with a minute and a half left to go in the game. I mean, in the first half. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit.
Hobson picks up his dribble. And the ball is picked up by Moore, and a great call by the official.
Call.
Moore got the ball and was on a breakaway, and Decker grabbed him from behind, and the official, Steve Wilmer, right on the call to call it intentional. So Moore will shoot here, and then NKU will get the basketball back.
Definitely intentional. What happened there was Moore it was easy. I just think what happened there is that he didn't want him to have another dunk the way he's been having the rest of the game, and he literally pulled him down and almost threw him into the table.
And Oakland City's coach Mike Sandifer empties the bench here with a minute 25 to go in the half, sending in Scott Elder, number 10. Mark Penny is 50, he's back in the game. Mark Austin, number 44, is in for the first time. Kyle Lindsay, number 42, is in for the first time. And Adam Harness, 34, is in for the first time as Moore missed them both.
Moore missed them both.
NKU will have the ball, and Kevin Listerman will inbound it. Mike Sandifer must not be pleased with the other 9 players that have played. He must be happy with Mark Penny because he's the only one that has played that is still in the game as 4 fresh players off the bench. Moore, no good. Rebound, Oakland City is Harness. Harness is in the basketball. 60 seconds to go until intermission. NKU by 21. Elder. And Listerman ties him up. That's got to be a jump ball, and it is. Again, Steve Wilmer makes the call, and NKU will have the ball.
Andy Listerman got his hands in there. Looks like we have the Listerman brothers on the court right now, so it might be hard to tell the difference.
Listerman.
Listerman
21 and 22.
Makes it much easier.
Cluxton has it. 15-footer. Feith with the tap. And Oakland City with the ball. Harness brings it up the floor. To Lindsay. To Penny. Inside to Austin. Ball back outside and around the horn. Inside it goes, Lindsay, and it's taken away. LaRon Moore has it. 13 seconds in the half. NKU will play for the final shot, leading by 21, looking to go to the locker room with Moore. Cluxton from 12, good at the horn.
Right at the buzzer. It's 53-30. NKU leads at the end of the first half. Obviously, greatly dominated by NKU in the first half. So we'll go to halftime for 15 minutes, 53-30.
Taking a look at some halftime scoring numbers, Shannon Minor has 10 in the half. Jamie Peratt with a nice half of basketball. He finished the half with 14. Andy and Kevin Listerman played in the half but did not score. Andre McClendon we have not seen as of yet tonight. We mentioned earlier that he is nursing a bad shoulder, and I would really doubt if NKU is able to maintain this 23-point lead that we will see him tonight. Cluxton with 10. LaRon Moore with 9, Talbert with 2, Chuck Perry with 6. Mike Veith played in the half and did not score. For Oakland City, Elder played late in the half and didn't score. Wolfley with 3. Markham started and has 2. Hobson with 7. Kidwell 2, Decker with 2, Workman with 1. Mitchell has 4. Lindsay played late and didn't score. Austin, likewise. Mark Penny with 2. Chris Robinson started but failed to score. Stuart Love with 7. And Adam Harness came in late in the half and did not score.
So again, not the kind of leaders on the Oakland City team like you have on the Norse. The Norse, you have Shannon Miner with 10, Peratt with 14, Cluxton with 10. And then you have it pretty evenly, 3s, 2s, 2s, 2s with Kidwell and Decker.
NKU leads it by a 23-point margin, 53-30 at halftime. We'll take a timeout. Back after this.
Bill receives NKU clothing.
We're back here at Regents Hall. I'm Tracy Purser, sitting in with Steve Hensley, who will be your play-by-play. We're in second half action where it's NKU leading Oakland City 53-30. In other words, a big, big half for NKU.
Oakland City with the ball to open up the second half as the Mighty Oaks work right to left on your TV screen in the dark uniforms. With the basketball for Oakland City, now is Mitchell. It's Mitchell, Penny, Love, ball knocked away and out of bounds. Hobson and Markham for Oakland City. Yep, and for NKU,
it's Paul Cluxton, Miner, Talbert, LaRon Moore, and Jamie Peratt.
Oakland City looking to inbound it into Mitchell. Now off to Hobson. Three-pointer from Markham, no good. Talbert high to get the board. Miner back in the offensive attack early second half and throws it away. KU up 23. Markham brings it down the hardwood for Oakland City, backing his way down the floor as Miner on the defense. Over to Markham now, top to Hobson. Lob inside for Love, and Moore saves it, throws it off his leg, and NKU will have the ball.
53-30 still, 19 minutes left to go in the second half.
You know, NKU exploded in that first half.
Yeah, so did I.
Here's Moore down the lane, up and in. It's a 25-point NKU lead. LaRon Moore with 11. Traditionally in his career, in the 2 years and 2 games that LaRon Moore has been here, he has been a second half player. Here's Mitchell, blocked by Moore.
Miner almost losing it. Back to Cluxton, and then it's Moore under the basket for 2.
Love holding the ball. Throws it away. NKU up 27.
A little unorganized here. You spill a Coke and, you know, nothing happens. Yeah, I'm distraught. Shannon Miner taking his time.
Miner walks it through the bullseye. Love defensively. You know, Stuart Love's listed as a forward, but predominantly seems to play as a guard. But where's the number 55? Explain that one if you will.
You know, no comment. I see what you're saying. Listed as, yeah, he's listed as a forward, but the whole night I've seen him as the guard. Reggie Talbert at the line for NKU, shooting 2.
First one is good. The big left-hander will step up there for the second one. Really, the free throw line is the only part of the game that Talbert struggles at. He is a 50% shooter. He hits both of them there. And it is a 29-point NKU lead. And pressure in the backcourt. Hobson finally breaks the press. Cluxton guarding him. Now to Mitchell.
NKU looks like they're in the man-to-man.
Mitchell looking to drive. To Penny. Penny has it knocked away off Cluxton's foot, I believe. Cluxton takes it coast to coast and lays it in. Timeout on the floor.
So we haven't been into this game very long, and Oakland City already decides to call a timeout because it looks like what's happening in this half is what happened in the first half, the first part of the first half. 61-30.
Oakland City came out shooting the ball slowly in the first half and has come out shooting the ball poorly again here in the second half, and that has enabled NKU to open up the 31-point lead. 17:25 to go. We mentioned earlier tonight, NKU opens up Great Lakes Valley Conference play Saturday at Fort Wayne. NKU in the preseason poll picks second in the GLVC. Of course, the defending co-champs with Kentucky Wesleyan.
Right, and as we were already talking earlier in the game, IPFW being 4 games into the regular season, opening up a GLVC game that early could be not very good for both teams, actually. I mean, actually
right.
Even out.
It's a tough time. You know, you've only got 3 games under your belt. You like to be more into the season before you have to play that first conference game, but with the expansion of the conference, and again, now next season, this conference is going to expand by another team as UMSL, University of Missouri St. Louis, joins the Great Lakes Valley Conference, which will be a nice thing because with 12 teams, you could see an even divisional split, 6-6, and cut down on the travel. But the story goes that it will cut down on the travel for all the sports except basketball, which will not go divisional. So it will increase the conference schedule by 2 more games, and again, not so much increase the travel since Missouri St. Louis is in, of course, St. Louis and Southern Illinois Edwardsville as this pass is thrown away. Who joins the league this year is also on the outskirts of St. Louis into Illinois, kind of like NKU is to Cincinnati.
Right.
That makes that a nice trip, playing them both there basically in the same town. So that will just knock down, again, the NKU non-conference schedule. You could probably say that you might not see any more games with Oakland City.
Right.
Or maybe, you know, Spalding has been an NKU opponent the last few years for non-conference. So the schedule will change again next year. This is a 1-year thing with 11 teams in the GLVC.
Right, which leaves that much more pressure for college basketball. Jamie Peratt outside with the 3.
Peratt has 17, and NKU has a 34-point lead.
Stuart Love with the 3.
Little airmail. Love with 10.
Leading Oakland City in scoring, and Cluxton's going to try for 3. It's going to come out.
Love with the rebound. Off to Markham. Markham going down the lane. Good. Markham has 4.
Bounces in and out.
64-35.
Almost 16 minutes left to go in the game as Minor crosses the timeline. Bounce under the basket of Talbert, who's fouled, and it goes in.
Talbert with the hoop and the hack. He has 6 and is going to the line to try to make it 7. Second foul on Love, and the second on Oakland City in the second half.
Reggie Talbert at the line for NKU, wearing number 43, shooting 50%, as you said earlier.
He is 2 for 2 tonight. He is 3 for 3.
So I guess what you said, you know, he's having a good time here tonight. Not too much trouble.
Markham with the ball. Works it over to the right to Hobson. Into the corner. Kidwell. Inside to Love. Blocked, and a foul by Talbert. Talbert will pick up his 3rd.
So we have Jamie Peratt and Reggie Talbert, both in 3, with 3 fouls apiece. And that'll be the first one for NKU in this half.
Love has 10 points tonight. And he's 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Hits the first one. 15:44, clock stopped here, second half. Second free throw.
Is good.
Gives him 12. Oakland City's going to intensify the pressure in the backcourt. Minor as the pressure backs off. Cluxton now at the top, has it knocked away, and a foul.
The foul will be on Brent Markham.
Brent Markham is first, team third.
His first.
Shannon Minor will inbound it directly in front of us. Comes into Peratt. Minor will take it and set up the offense. Cluxton to Talbert. Peratt now, three-point attempt. Rattles out of bounds, and it's going to be Oakland City's ball.
Thinking it was out on LaRon Moore. I think he tried to save it when actually if he wouldn't have touched it, it would have been the Norse's ball.
KU still with a 30-point lead.
67-37.
Hobson with Cluxton guarding him. Picks up his dribble. Inside it goes to Love, and a foul, a push. And I think it's on in Oakland City after the shot, or after the pass, rather. Love called for his third. Stuart Love had a big game here in Regents Hall a year ago, and then when these two teams met down in Oakland City, Indiana, later in the season, Oakland City played, you could say, loveless and suffered by it. He was out with a broken hand.
Actually, he's making up for it now, that's for sure.
Here's Minor into Talbert.
Talbert heavily guarded by Penny. That actually might be an equal matchup.
If I remember correctly, again, truth being stranger than fiction, that game was played on Valentine's Day too.
Oh, that's lucky.
If I remember right. Then again, B. Brian Blair would say I'm getting old, so. Here's Peratt. Inside to Talbert, got it. Talbert has 9. 69-37. All NKU.
Definitely all NKU. As Oakland City tries to battle back and loses the ball again. So another turnover in NKU's favor. Peratt will inbound.
Minor walks it up the floor in no real hurry with what has become a 32-point lead.
Oh,
Talbert
boy.
And a jump ball called.
A jump ball called.
NKU ball. Minor will inbound it from the end zone. But first, they will dry the ball. Now we're ready. Teams will reset. Here's Moore. Good. Moore has 6 here in the second half, 15 on the night. And it is 71-37. 13.5 to play. Three-point attempt on the way, no good by Hobson. He gets the ball back.
Cluxton with the fight for it, and Hobson comes up with it. And Penny is underneath the basket, and he puts Oakland City two more. A little bit closer, but not hardly. 71-39, NKU's favor.
Here is Minor. To Peratt, to Cluxton. NKU spreads the floor a little bit. Now Moore. Throws it too high and out of bounds. Trying to get it inside to Talbert.
Right, again, with NKU being this far ahead, you got to know it's up to Coach Shields. That's why to work on their passing game like that, just the routine passing game, trying to get it inside to Reggie Talbert. It failed, but that's the kind of stuff that you have to work on. Lost picture there for a minute.
71-39. NKU. Oakland City owns the leather. Mark Austin to Love, and a blocking foul. Count the goal.
Looks like Chuck Perry's having a little hard time getting up.
LaRon Moore under there, the one that is going to be called for the foul. It's his second. You know, I know we're only 3 games into this thing so far. Well, 2 and a little over a half. But the one thing I think you have noticed about LaRon Moore, even in the exhibition game against Athletes in Action, is the fact that as the free throw is up and good, as Love completes the 3-point play, is the fact that LaRon Moore has been able to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah. This is true. Again, LaRon Moore with no fouls tonight. Well, until that last one.
Yeah, picking up his first right then. Here's a shot, no good. Rebound Oakland City, controlled by Hobson. Markham has it now.
The Miner's going to take him head on.
Markham still with Miner gardening.
Oakland City really needs to keep a handle of the ball. You see a lot of just wailing around the ball and just dribbling to where it just kind of goes anywhere. They really need to keep control of the ball before they even attempt to put some points on the board. Chuck Perry with the rebound for NKU.
Come the Norse. Peratt. Miner. Long distance, no. Rebound Markham for Oakland City. Pushes the issue. Off to Austin. Austin, no good. Ah, it rattled in there. Looked like it was going to come out.
That's his first points on the evening.
71-44, NKU. Peratt, left side. He'll try a long one.
And he gets it. After kind of just standing there a while, he thinks to himself, you know, I can do this. 74-44, 11-18 left to play. And it looks like Talbert is going to be very polite and probably come in for LaRon Moore, I'm thinking. And Cluxton waiting.
Penny with it. I mean, he walked back to Oakland City and there was no call. Here's Austin. Penny made 3 spin moves and a do-si-do before he got rid of that one.
74-46. That was Austin's 4th point on the night. Listerman to Peratt. Is he going to try another 3? Yes, he is. And is it good? Bounces out. Love comes up with the rebound.
74-46 as Oakland City tries to hurry back into the game. Bounce pass into Austin, guarded by Peratt. Austin with a spin move toward the baseline.
2-4-6 right in a row. That's been Oakland City's last 6 points. And NKU's going to call a 20-second timeout. Again, we're going to try and shorten this game with this 20-second timeout.
And the other thing is when you get in situations like NKU at home where media timeouts are utilized as well, you can end up in a situation where if one team doesn't call a timeout until that media timeout's called, where each team almost ends up with 7 timeouts a game.
Right, exactly.
So it can become a long, and on a night like this, tiresome event. 71-48.
Yeah, we're almost at that half point of the second half. We're almost at the half point. We're at 10:21. Again, like you said, a long 74-48 is one Oakland City player, Rashawn.
Remember that Saturday night, Oakland City rallied from a 52-30 deficit with 10-12 remaining and scored the last 25 points of the game to defeat Carson Newman. Here's Love, no good, but he's fouled.
Well, I'm thinking that that's what Oakland City is betting on right now, is to do that same thing. Chuck Perry with the foul, his first foul. And Love will be at the line.
Of course, right now it is a 26-point deficit for Oakland City with 10 minutes exactly. Love makes it a 25. Second one is out of there, and Chuck Perry has the board.
So that leaves Love with 16 points on the night. If my math is correct. If it's not, don't correct me. No, I'm kidding.
I'd say you're right.
Okay.
Talbert to Cluxton.
Cluxton for 3.
No good. Rebound Peratt down the lane. Got it.
Like I said earlier, as soon as the game started, I noticed that Jamie Peratt was really driving in the middle of the lane, and he puts it up. And that's what he's been doing this year. I can see that he's done that. You know, last year he was out at the end of the year because of his broken hand. But this year he really is being aggressive ball player, which is putting a lot of points on the board for him. There it is again, him pulling down that rebound.
Robinson throwing the ball all the way across the rim. Peratt going back to the goal. No good. He has 22 so far.
Mark Austin comes up with the ball and is guarded by Peratt, anticipating his every move.
Decker now, and the ball knocked away.
Chuck Perry.
Chuck Perry behind the back coming down the floor, and he double dribbled.
Well. Looks good behind the back, but
then had a little trouble with the traditional straight ahead dribble.
Right. I think I probably would too. Got ahead of himself a little bit.
Hobson guarded by Listerman. Inside, Talbert blocks the shot of Robinson.
Perry outlet pass to Peratt, who's going to let the team catch up with him.
Dumps to Perry, great pass.
Great pass, great assist by Jamie Peratt to Chuck Perry. Chuck Perry, that gives him 8 points for the night.
Austin with Peratt guarding him. 78-49. Travel. Turnover to NKU with 8:17 to play.
78-49. NKU with a big lead.
Andy Listerman running the show for NKU. Calls out the play. Cluxton now. Inside, batted away and stolen by Love. Off and a lob for Love, and he lays it up and in. Decker with the pass.
That was a nice fancy pass, you know, with the lob in, but I'm thinking right now that the best thing for Oakland City to do is not to do those nice show-off passes. I'm thinking the best thing for them to do is just to get under the basket and get them in. That almost didn't go in.
There's Peratt with another 3 attempt. That one is offline.
Kind of leans a little bit to try and put it in himself.
Talbert off to Perry.
Perry with 10 points. That was nice underneath the basket.
NKU back out to a 29-point margin.
With 7:25 left to go in the game.
Decker inside. Robinson back out to Decker. A long shot, no good. Tapped up and in by Austin. Did he even see the ball?
I'm thinking no. I'm thinking it just went off of his hand.
Austin had to open his eyes to come back down the floor, and now NKU has the ball. Listerman, Peratt. Peratt again off the window. No, Talbert!
Oh, beautiful. Reggie Talbert with the stuff from Peratt.
Talbert puts an exclamation point on it with 6:44.
I'm thinking so.
It will be a long ride back to Oakland City.
As Ron Moore, Shannon Miner, and Andy Listerman are waiting to get into the game. Kevin Listerman, I'm sorry, I knew I would do that before the night was over with.
Cluxton leans in good, kisses it off the window. Cluxton has 14. Decker, and it's knocked away, and NKU has the ball. Peratt. Cluxton.
Bounces out.
Rebound underneath. And NKU will call a timeout.
And Chuck Perry with the foul.
5 players will come in for NKU at the break. I think it's Miner, Kevin Listerman, Veith, Moore, and we'll have to check on the other one. NKU leads at 84. 53, 5:58 to go. It appears, though, NKU will enter GLBC play Saturday against Fort Wayne, 3-0, and its home winning streak will increase to 18.
Which will be nice. Which it's The last time the Norse lost, was that the game that was your, speaking of your age, was that the game of your 250th game?
Yes, it was. It's bad that I can remember that, but I
that
just,
was good.
February 12th, 1994 is NKU lost to Indianapolis 92-90 here in Regents Hall.
So you're retiring from radio just to try and pick up TV?
No, I'm retiring from radio because I don't want to travel to Fort Wayne Saturday and Oakland City in February and Owensboro in March, and I'm not gonna say I wouldn't like to go to LA in December,
yeah,
but you know,
that's
got to
a
take the
thing.
good with the bad. You
Yeah.
know, if I go to LA in December, then I got to go to. Well, I don't want to insult anyone's hometown, but then I got to go to some of these other places during the year. Here's Veith. No.
He tries to put it in. You'd think that he'd just be able to put it off his hand. The boy is so tall, 6'11".
The tallest player that Ken Shields has ever coached.
He is a tall kid. 84-53, 5:38 left to go in the game. Mark Austin.
Top of the key now, Hobson with Minor on him. Here's the shot from Decker, no good. Rebound, NKU.
Veith came up with the rebound again. It just kind of plops into his hands because he's such a tall player. And we have both Listermans on the floor. So
Andy Listerman with it off to Moore now. Here's Moore with a 3 attempt, no good. And Love with the rebound. Hobson to Austin to Wolfley. No
tries
good.
for the 3.
And Kevin Listerman with the rebound, and he is fouled.
I'm not sure who's.
I would say the foul will go on Oakland City, but we will wait and see. If it is, that is Love's 4th.
Stuart Love charged with the foul. It's his 4th foul. Team's 5th. I think that with 4:56 left to stay in the game, we're gonna have a lot of blue shirts come in.
Kyle Lindsay, Adam Harness, and Scott Elder checking in for Oakland City as the benches will clear for the final 4:50.
84-53, NKU's lead.
Here is Minor. Now Kevin Listerman to Andy Listerman. Minor. And Oakland City with the board. Wolfley. Minor guards him. Off to Elder, inside, knocked away. Moore's got it behind the back.
Take his time to.
Andy Listerman to Minor. Into Moore. Over to Andy Listerman. A little trouble with the handle. Into Veith. Veith spins. No. Rebound loose. Oakland City Love tracks it down.
Stuart Love's going to remain in the game regardless that he has four personal fouls.
Wolfley this time guarded by Kevin Listerman.
Chuck Perry waiting to go into the game for the Norse.
Oakland City on the attack. Love with 4 on the shot clock. Love will try it again and got it.
That's 18 for Stuart Love, leading Oakland City in points.
84-55.
Shannon Minor to Kevin Listerman to Andy Listerman.
Into Veith.
Veith under the basket, kind of loses the ball. Very tall, he can get to the ball, but it's a matter of fact of him keeping it and being able to keep a good handle on the ball.
The thing about Veith is the fact that he is tall in stature height-wise,
right,
but doesn't have the biggest frame out there, and he is working on that, and he's just a freshman, a redshirt freshman.
Right. Ron Moore.
Here's Moore.
Drives in for the short 2. Listerman comes up with it.
Minor now will back it out toward midcourt with 2:40 to play.
84-55, this is pretty much a given. Just gonna see what NKU can do here at the end of the game to make it entertaining.
Minor as NKU will nurse the clock. Minor goes all the way to the baseline. He is cut off. Now a 3, good. Minor has 13.
It's Minor's first point of the half. But yet he's out there doing his job as the leader on the court for the Norse.
Elder off to Wolfley, and now a 3 attempt from Harness, no good.
Listerman with the rebound. Andy Listerman, that is. Shannon Minor shouting directions to his teammates.
He will lob for more and got
Oh,
it.
beautiful.
You could see it coming.
That's the time when you want to show off. The lob to Moore, and that's his fourth dunk of the night, and that's going to cause Oakland City to call a timeout. Now you see the NKU bench right there just smiling because that was an absolute beautiful, showy play. That was a good show-off play, and that's something that gets the fans really into the game.
You can count on about one of those a night.
Yeah, especially from LaRon Moore.
And Moore running the baseline, got it from Minor. You mentioned it, that is his fourth dunk tonight. Talbert had a big follow.
Cheerleaders out ready to bring this NKU fan alive, but a 20-second timeout stopped them short.
Wolfley works the ball off to Penny. Around the horn, now Elder drives, and his shot is no good. Peratt has it taken away. Penny. Penny with 6. 89-57, mercifully 70 seconds left. Peratt. NKU will again run the clock.
1 minute left.
Here's Perry.
Perry under the basket, and he gives himself 12 points for tonight, which is a great game for Chuck Perry.
Wolfley brings it up the floor. Ball knocked away, Perry on the steal.
Again. Can he do it?
And a
Oh.
strip by Wolfley and the foul.
That's a shame. I think that Chuck Perry was really ready to get up there and dazzle just a little bit.
It was a nice play by Wolfley to not commit the intentional foul that you see so often there.
Right.
He stripped the ball away, and Perry will have to shoot the pair and earn them. Perry 2 for 3 at the free throw line tonight. 42 seconds to go.
And even 2 for 4. But still with 12 points on the night with good ball handling, especially, you know, with his defensive skills, with the boards. Great night for Chuck Perry.
It's good on the second one.
92-57 with 42 seconds left to go in this game against Oakland City. Our first televised game. Trying to get this.
Here is a shot from Penny. Of course, we'll be on the air live January 13th as NKU takes on Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
On TKR Channel 18.
Channel A18 with those that don't have movie channels. Yay! Mike Deese. First points of his college career, and that makes NKU's crowd really happy. With 9 seconds left to go in this game, it looks like NKU are going to come out 94-57 victors.
And a foul with 1 second. That is going to put Mark Penny at the free throw line to shoot 2. NKU on the season will improve to a mark of 3-0.
Kind of like the Todd Svoboda of the University of Kentucky. I'm thinking about the
second one, or the first one rather, I'm sorry, no good.
That was a good call by official Steve Wilmer. Regardless of how much time's left, he knows what he has to do and when he has to do it.
Hit on the second one, and he is actually shooting 3 of them here. And no good, that'll do it. NKU wins it by a final of 58 over Oakland City tonight here in Regents Hall. Taking a look at some scoring figures from the basketball game. First for Oakland City.
For Oakland City, we have Scott Elder, who is scoreless on the night. Todd Wolfley with 3. Brent Markham with 4. Matt Hobson with 7, and Chris Kidwell and Paul Decker both with 2. Mike Workman came in at the end and got himself 1 point. Rasan Mitchell with 4. Kyle Lindsay with 0. Mark Austin had 8 late in the game. He came in as a backup and had 8 good points at the end of the game. Mark Penny with 7. Chris Robinson with 0. And Stuart Love led Oakland City with 20 points on the night.
NKU in scoring tonight led by Jamie Peratt, who had 22, LaRon Moore 17, Cluxton with 14, Chuck Perry had 13, Shannon Miner with 13, Reggie Talbert had 9, and Mike Feith with his first 2 career points here at NKU. The Listerman brothers played in the game but did not score. NKU improves to 3-0 on the season, and Oakland City now 1-2. A good non-conference win, Tracy, for NKU tonight, as it will head to conference play Saturday against Fort Wayne.
Definitely an uplifting win to come out at 94-58 victors. It's got to put you a little bit on top, but yet you got to think about, you know, the GLVC game this Saturday on the road. 4 games into it.
Of course, we'll be back on the air live on January the 13th as NKU takes on Bellarmine in a Great Lakes Valley Conference afternoon doubleheader. NKU tonight victorious over Oakland City to improve to 3-0, 94-58 your final. For Tracy Purser, I'm Steve Hensley. So long, everybody.
Okay, LaRon, I want to say congratulations. This is a huge win, 94-58. It's got to be really easy. It's got to feel good. And let me tell you, the 4 dunks on the night, those look really good. Tell me about this. Tell me about how you feel. Those 4 dunks. Tell me how your team helped you to this.
I think everybody stepped up. All our perimeter was playing. Jamie Peratt, Cluxton, and Shannon Miner. Everybody was playing hard, even Reggie. You know.
Right, exactly. I mean, as you go down the list here, almost everybody had points on tonight, especially everybody pulling together, doing the little kind of show-offy things. That's what you can get to do when you get to 94-58. But my big question is the GLVC, you open up play this Saturday night.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to playing at GLVC. We got to play strong. We got to revenge contain our title, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Win the championship.
Definitely. Well, LaRon, thank you very much. We'll be back in just a second. We're going to talk to Jamie Peratt and Coach Shields. Please stay with us.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, LaRon.